It's match day 5 in the AFC Champions League Elite 2025-26 group stage, and in the East region, Shanghai Port take on FC Seoul. Welcome along to the Pudong Football Stadium in Shanghai, China. This is how things look coming into this round. All the teams vying for a top 8 finish to progress to the knockout stage. FC Seoul just outside of goal difference to Makita Zelvia. As you can see at the bottom, Shanghai Port without a win. Temperature-wise, a cool evening in Shanghai, but a little chance of rain, so hopefully the weather conditions won't affect the play too much. Well, Seoul first into the tunnel. They qualified this competition off the back of a 4th place finish in the K1 League last season. Their first appearance since 2019 when they failed to get out of the group stage. Twice runners-up in this competition, 2002, 2013. They last made it past the first stage back in 2016 when they made the last 4, led by their skipper, Jesse Lingard, at the front of that line. And on their return to the competition, they opened well with a draw against Makita Zelvia in Japan. They then beat Buriram 3-0 at home. But since then, though, sadly it hasn't been great. They came to Shanghai to face Port's crosstown rivals Shenhua. Again, they lost 2-0 before playing out a 0-0 draw against Chengdu Rongsheng on match day 4. After tonight, 2 of their 3 remaining matches in the group stage are at home, with a trip to table toppers after round 4, Kobe, in between. Well, what a weekend for Shanghai Port, as they got the win that secured them a 3rd consecutive Chinese Super League title, and for a 2nd year denied crosstown rivals Shanghai Shenhua what would have been a first ever title for them. Very little time for them to take it in. Straight back to action in this Asian Champions League Elite match. And can they turn things around with only 4 rounds remaining of the group stage? 3 points very much needed for them and for Seoul. For the hosts, this is the 3rd of 4 home games, and taking advantage of these remaining 2 home fixtures got to be key and get them moving in the right directions. 2 opponents from Korea to come here. After Seoul today, we have Ulsan, who are in town on the final match day. That comes in February of 2026 next year, of course. Not that far away, but before then, they'll be on the road in Malaysia against Johor, and then also travel to 2nd in the table, Gangwon of Korea. Qualification for the next stage very much out of their hands. They need to try and win as many of the remaining fixtures as possible and see where that puts them. Remember, the round of 16 is where they got to last season, where they were beaten both home and away by Yokohama. In terms of defense, though, not great for Shanghai Port. Just 2 clean sheets in their last 26 matches, and that is something that the travelling fans will be hoping that their side can take advantage of. And given that Shanghai Port are yet to win a match, this, you feel, for Seoul is a must 3 points if they are to make the cut for the round of 16. They're not in great form. They lost again at the weekend in the Korean League, which makes it 4 losses, 3 draws, and just 1 win in their last 8 games since the start of October. And this magnificent stadium to the north of the centre of Shanghai, completed 5 years ago, 2020, and Shanghai Port moved here in 2023. The dream indeed still goes on. A 3rd consecutive Chinese Super League title, as I mentioned. But the travelling fans are here to make themselves heard and try and lift their team to what would be a great and much needed road win. So the match officials from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia have led out the two teams. Mohammed Al-Hos, the referee, alongside him assistants referee Khalaf Al-Shamari and Yasser Al-Sultan, fourth official Majed Al-Shamrani, the VAR Mohammed Al-Shadan and Shukri Al-Hufuj. Well, this the third meeting between these two, and Shanghai Port have a 2-0 head-to-head. Last meeting, though, it's a long time ago, back in 2017. Shanghai Port won on the road 1-0 before beating Seoul at home by 4 goals to 2. But a lot of football has been played since then, and what can the hosts bring to the party tonight? They'll be desperate for a first home win, a first win of the season. Let's bring you the team news. Shanghai make 4 changes to the side that secured the league title at the weekend. In the back line, number 5 Zhang comes in, while number 11 lose a fresh face in midfield. It's all change up front as 2 19-year-olds come in. Number 47 Kwai Ji-wen and 49 Ling Shang. Gustavo is serving his final match ban after his 90th minute red on match day 2. Mateus Futeng, Shanghai's main creative source, has Copa Libertadores and Copa Sudamericana experience. Confirmation then of the match officials, led by Khalaf Al-Shamari. Second match of the ACL Elite League. It's an action on match day 1 in charge of the game between Tractor and Al-Wahada. Match that ended 0-0. So as for Seoul, they also make 4 changes as well to the side that lost the weekend. 2 come in the back line as number 18 Tai Wook comes in for his first appearance since the end of September, and number 41 Doyen. In midfield, Brazil's Lucas Silva returns wearing 77, while in attack Marco Duganzic plays alongside Lingard, the captain. On the bench, number 9 Cho Young-wook is the leading scorer this term with 7 goals, while number 27 defender John Min has 6 to his name this season. So captain Jesse Lingard there wearing 10 on his back with a final message for his team. Strong start required, get themselves a foothold in this game. And Junling between the posts for Shanghai Port today. There's Liu Wenjun, who wears 11, so we are almost ready to go. And Jesse Lingard lead his side to the victory here in Shanghai.
We've been waiting for.
The referee blows his whistle, and it will be FC Seoul in the white strip that get this contest underway. Attacking the goal away to our left-hand side, Shanghai Port in the red. And as we mentioned, for Seoul, it's about getting a foothold in the game, trying to keep the home fans quiet and at the same time give their fans something to cheer about. Ball forward is a good one from Hyun-moo, but Shanghai Port turn it back over, and a little dink through coming, just doesn't quite come off for Shanghai Port. Seong-mo up into the midfield, gets the ball back, tries to play it out to Lingard. Seoul to Lingard through Doyun and Yazan. Yazan to Lingard, first time ball round the corner is cut out by Jusa. Hyun-moo, confidence in the receiving player to make the right decision there, because he was completely out of position if that had gone wrong. A lot of early possession for Seoul, but it's all in their defensive third, as Shanghai looked at try and press. Hyun-moo waves his players forward and then goes long, looking for the run and finding Seong-won, but he can't retain possession. Good tackle. Lingard. Overlapping run coming from Seoul. Ball round the corner, the foul coming in from Umut-jan. Ganzic felt that one. Well, Kevin Muscat all wrapped up. What a great season for him. 5 titles to his name as a manager across spells with Melbourne Victory, Yokohama, and of course Port. Also won the Australia Cup, Japanese Super Cup and the Chinese FA Cup, so certainly improving his reputation as a manager, Kevin Muscat. So the free kick for Seoul. Lingard stepping over the ball. Peering round the corner is Yan. So double wall, Seoul providing the dummy wall just in front of the Port wall. It's quite a long way out, this. It's going to be Lingard, and it's comfortable for Yan. The Shanghai Port goal. Saw it pretty much all the way. Kim Ji-dong took over in December 2023 at FC Seoul after 200 games in charge at the Pohang Steelers, where he was the assistant manager before, as well as a player for 7 years. He's had 84 games in charge at Seoul. Won 32, drawn 25, and lost 27. Both managers have been in charge of their respective clubs since December of 23. Pick up from Lucas. Seong-mo out to that right-hand side. Lovely ball around the corner. Lingard on the overlapping run, just gives some space for his teammate, who takes on a very ambitious long-range shot. Seoul-won. Yeah, watch the run of Lingard, takes the defender away, and Seoul-won to the edge of the circle, but drags it well wide in the end. Scored it 11 goals and 38 appearances for Seoul-won, from whom he was signed in January. Good atmosphere inside the Pudong Stadium. I see Seoul fans really getting involved. Yazan. Lingard with a little touch, gets the ball back. Oh, and then drops it off, but not on the save wavelength is Lucas. And a chance here for Port, and there's a chance here! Oh, dearie me, what an opportunity that was for the opening goal. It opened up beautifully for Lee. Lingard with the loose ball, pounced upon by Jusap, and as the ball is played across, really should be doing better there, you feel. Just tried to guide it, no real pace on the ball, and a golden opportunity for the hosts. All came about because of the mistake by Lingard. Strong defending from Yazan, but no whistle blown. Kwai Ji-wen has gone down. Let's have another look. Big fall on that right elbow. Zan does well to get out the way. Hopefully that'll be okay, and he'll be back on. It looks like he's got a cast on his left arm anyway, as Kwai, and Port give possession back by throwing the ball over the back line for a goal kick. Yazan brings it forward, measured pass into Lucas, but Lucas loses possession. Back heel to Kwai. Buying the skipper, finds way. Misplaced ball forward. Perhaps a chance here for Seoul-won, but a strong tackle. Chan, who felt that one as well, but is quicker to his feet. 50-50 ball. Seoul-won coming off worse. 9 minutes gone. And still goalless here in Shanghai. But it is Port who had the better of the, well, the best chance of the match so far. Lingard finds himself playing deep as he brings the ball forward, exchanges pass with Lucas, who drops it off to Do-yun. So I'll have to be patient try and keep that ball moving to draw the Port defenders out and create the space in which to attack outside of the right foot. Cut out by Wei. But Seoul have possession back again. Swin. Yazan. Back to Swil. Lovely little ball. Can Lingard get there? Oh, he can, but it's offside anyway against Gaganzic. Have another look. It's tight against Gaganzic. Lingard okay. On ball forward. Fairly easily cut out. And so is out to the right-hand side. Sort of had much more of the ball. They've had about 84% of possession. Haven't really created too much in terms of an attacking threat. Measured ball over the front. Keeper needs to come. He was just a little tentative. Was Hyunmoo. In the end, foul given against Jusa. Carrying it into the space and then just dropping it out, almost just cuts the opportunities for Swil, his left back. So looking to try and take it quickly. And, well, it's anything but quickly. In fact, the referee just wanting a quick word with Zhang. You can see Shanghai Port lining up 5-4-1 really, just there. Defend that as Taiwood plays it back to his keeper. Now this is a chance, a 4-on-4 situation for Seoul, out to that right-hand side. Taito put in a measured ball, doesn't quite come off. They still have possession and they're still threatening here. Good close down from Jusa. Shanghai have players back behind the ball. And once again, Seoul go all the way back to their back line. That's loose from the keeper, but gets away with it as Yazan brings it forward. Doyun. Yazan back to Hyunmoo. Lingard, little flick. Finds Lucas, back to Lingard, drops it out, wants the return ball, gets it, has space in which to run into. Xiongmu, Yazan. This is Taiwook looking for a searching ball, and there's a good-looking ball. And Yan comes a long way. Decisive keeping from Yan Junling. Lovely ball forward from Taiwook. Threaded the eye of the needle. Denied by Yan. Zhang. Was the captain. Wang. Back to Wei. And now it's Port's turn to try and use the ball wisely and to open up this Seoul defence. Just does well. And here is Wang. Quite looking for Juso. Good play by Lucas. Wins the throw-in. Lingard, ball around the corner, nicely done, handball against Deganzic. Patel upended. One of the more simple decisions that the referee will have to make today. And a corner on that far side, and trotting across to take it is Liu Wenju. So nearly everybody inside the Seoul penalty area. He's going to have his eyes peeled here. So Liu with the in-swinger, rather than catching it. Keeper goes with the punch, and not a bad clearance in the end from Hyunmoo. It's under a great deal of pressure. Strong defence. He shrugs the shoulders, just feel he was run through, but getting nothing from the official. Chip ball forward, trying to find Lucas. Away with the foul on Deganzic. Rather cynical from Wei. No real intention of playing the ball. And skipper Wang just pointing out the challenge on that far side that Liu felt should have gone his way. Lingard. Back to Taiwook. He's just taken about 10 metres there on that throw-in. It was other side of the halfway line. Great defensive work from Umajat. Once again, Liu goes to ground. One of the free kick. Nothing coming from the referee. Vital. Well, he loses possession and just gets stuck underneath the feet of Lucas, and quite in the end hustled off the ball. Nizam, he'll move. He might be saying that combination of names a fair amount in this contest as Seoul play the ball around the back. That's a pretty ugly looking tackle. And Vital, who's felt that one. Vital. Yeah, not the best tackle you'll see from Seoul. And everybody okay to continue, and it's a free kick. On that left-hand channel for Shanghai Port. Liu Wenju stands over the ball. High line from Seoul. Oh, drifted all the way across to the skipper, Wang, who couldn't collect with that right foot volley. Nicely worked, created the opportunity, just couldn't find the shot. Again, the high press coming from Shanghai Port, looking to try and force the error, and well, Taewook had to hurry to get that clearance away. Pressure coming in the form of Seoul, who wears 63 for Seoul. As we pass the midpoint of this first half, still goalless. Seoul with plenty of possession, but not much bite going forward. Shanghai Port happy to allow Seoul that possession. He did create a great opportunity in the opening 10 minutes where Lee shot pretty tamely at the keeper, but here is Lingard, who's worked it nicely. Lingard into the centre. Where's that clearance going to come to? It's going to come to Juicer, who gets it clear, and Juicer tops it to the front line. Advantage played as Shanghai Port look to break. Here is Kwai. And the momentum from the attack just tapers out. Wei. Quite a little look up to his left-hand side, nothing there, so he goes to Wang on this near side. Zhang. Jan goes back to Zhang, who tries to thread it and does thread it. Somehow it's managed to make its way all the way through to Wang. Yeah, not the best first touch, And that is a great diving header from Zhang to retain possession for Port. Pressure from Lingard means the throw-in for Seoul. Seoul going down the line, picked up by Wang, forward by Jusa. Jusa again, dispossessed. Nice control from Seoul. Lingard. Ganzic with the ball played through, but takes the deflection off the captain, and it's going to be a Seoul ball. 2 balls on the pitch. Move with the ball forward and go all the way through to his opposite number, Yan. As you can see, Seoul bossing the possession. And as we mentioned, no real threat from them. Referee having to show some dancing feet as he almost gets in the way. Well read by Yazam, stepping up to in possession back. Lingard, no, he's just pulled that. Here is Mujan bringing it forward, no way through, so back he comes to Zhang. Yan Junling measured right foot clearance, and again strong defence from Yazan. He's down again. He's been on the deck a couple of times since the Port number 11. Taiwook. He's just a little late on the keeper. It was ball was there for Liu to go for, and he's going to pick up a yellow card for this challenge. Now the arm is high. There's a little bit of frustration there for Liu Wenju. Feels that he should have had the whistle a couple of times as he's been run into, and then just taking his frustration out on the Seoul keeper. So this is the first or the second one that he felt hard done by, but you have to say Yuzhan just used his body well, got it in the right position, and Liu was just out-muscled. Seoul very confidently playing it around the back. Now that has gone against Dugandzic. Also an explanation. I think it's, watch this, he uses his body when the opponent is in the air, which obviously creates danger. Dugandzic, for the moment there, his eyes lit up. That ball seemed to be falling into no man's land, but Yan is there, and they will now get their free kick as Li Tianjiang goes to ground under the challenge of Taiwook. Yeah, just clips his right leg. I think he'll be okay to continue. Now the referee having to just keep people happy. Mascot in deep discussion with his bench. Subs out for a warm-up. Neat. Still having that foot looked at. Magic spray has done its business. So standing over the ball is Liu Wenju, looking to deliver. That is Jusa, who is standing offside in the penalty area, joined now by Umajan. So there is 13 Wei. And it comes, and that is just wide. Wei getting his head to the ball, and for a moment there, Hyun-Moo was scrambling in the Seoul goal. Yuzhan chips it forward, little knock on by Dugandzic. Xiongmo, Yuzhan, all the way back they go again. And just too high for Lucas. Kanzic wins possession back and feeds it to Seoul. Yazan. Taiwook moves it up. Well retrieved by Taiwook. Keeper will put his boot through that. It was not controlled. There's a shove in the back on to Kanzic, who went down fairly easily. A cheap free kick from a Shanghai Port perspective. Didn't quite come off. Lucas Wendt stopped, and time he regathered his ground, the ball had gone behind him. Right idea from Seoul, just needs a little bit more precision. Loose header from Wang. That's been one back, and here is Lingard to Kanzic, just opens up for him, plays it off to Seoul. Seoul with the curling right foot shot, blocked to the edge of the circle. One back again by Doyun. Trying to find Lingard, just overplayed it. Zant pulled to the ground by Liu. He's got to be careful, Liu. He's already on a yellow. Lingard trying to thread it through, didn't come. Nizam gets there, but then can't find the pass to keep the attack going. Shang. Fired into Liu. He does well to keep it alive. On by Vital. And it is going to be a Seoul throw. Songmo finds Taiwook. Nowhere really for Songmo to go, so back to Taiwook he goes. Port give possession away again, and Seoul with their tails up look for a way through, and the foul coming in on Umudjan, who does well, uses his body to protect the ball, draw the foul. Lingard just got a little nibble, which stumbled away. So how much time will the fourth official, Mohamed El Shamarani, indicate? And there is your answer: 2. A minimum of 2 extra minutes to be played. One ball forward is a great ball to pick out Wang. And good defensive work from Seoul, who's been providing the width in attack down the left-hand side for Seoul. Coming up with a big tackle on the Shanghai Port skipper. So the corner comes in. Swinger, and just helped on its way by Yazan, and up and over the bar by Vital. Good clearance from Yazan. Closing down by Lucas. Just wrestling Vital into that shot. Lingard just trying to help it on, but only into the path of Umudjan. Nicely worked. And here is Lingard. Lingard away from one, not away from a second. And Wang incensed with that tackle. Getting on with it is Jusa. Final seconds of the first half, and Shanghai Port trying to finish on the front foot. Intercepted, and there is the half-time whistle. And this one hasn't really got going. There have been 2 gilt-edged chances, one for Shanghai Port for Lee inside the opening 10 minutes, which he couldn't convert, and the other for that man there, Marko Deganzic, towards the end of that first half. Felt him just by the penalty spot. He blazed up and over the bar, and as the teams head to the locker room, it is goalless here in Shanghai in this match between Shanghai Port and FC Seoul. Half-time score in the Gudang Stadium: Shanghai Port 0, FC Seoul 0.
World's best airline for a record 9th time, flying high as the champions of the sky, and this year even higher, best airline in the Middle East, world's best business class, best business class lounge, and yes, still a Skytrax 5-star airline. That's a lot of bests, but none of it happens without the best passengers. Thank you.
So the players making their way back out onto the pitch here. Half time in this AFC Champions League group match. Shanghai Port 0, AFC Seoul 0. Yuzhan's had a good game at the back for the visitors. Alongside number 18, Taiyuk, the tall player on that far side facing us. Duganzic, what a chance he had at the back end of that first half. Liu's had a pretty torrid first half. He was frustrated, picked up a yellow card for a challenge on the goalkeeper. Referee Hush just making sure everything's okay. Shanghai Port get the second half underway, attacking the goal away to our left-hand side. Goalless with FC Seoul in a match that didn't produce too much in terms of goal-mouth action. Just the two opportunities, one at either end, as Yuzhan once again gets the better of Liu. You just wonder whether or not Kevin Muscat might change that match-up, because Yuzhan has had Liu in his pocket for most of the game, and perhaps a change of personnel up front would just give Yuzhan something else to think about. Jan with the clearance. Yuzhan playing it up towards Lucas, whose little flick doesn't quite come off for him. Little flick on from Giuseppe, doesn't come off. Well kept alive by Xiong Mo. As Lucas goes to ground. Nothing coming from the official. Wei. Yeah, and on to Hamid-Can. Yuzhan brings it down nicely. Taiyuk. Good work by Duganzic, who then gets himself up. And here comes Seoul, Duganzic, Lingard, 1-0. They might go upstairs to have a look at the build-up play down the right-hand side, but Jesse Lingard has given Seoul the lead. We're going to have a check, though, for offside. I thought there might be an offside when Duganzic played the ball. Well, Lingard and Seoul are celebrating, but is this offside? Not here. He's offside, isn't he? That is offside. I think this might be chalked off, this goal. It's a great finish from Lingard. And I think the VAR, Mamdou Al-Shandan, will chalk this off. You could see what was going through Duganzic's mind. He looked up, wanted to play the pass, saw that his teammate was offside, held it, and then played it, but I didn't think he held it long enough. And I think this will be offside. So that referee Mohamed Al-Hoish. Well, the goal stands, and Seoul do have the lead. So Jesse Lingard gives Seoul the lead, and it is not an offside. VAR checked it, and they are happy that everything is as it is supposed to be. So forward it goes by Hyunmoo. Well, let's have another look. Oh, look at that, by a big toe. And then it was a really good finish from Jesse Lingard, on target once again. And Lingard breaks the deadlock. Ten goals in the league this season, and this his first in the AFC Champions League. Scored at the weekend in the 3-1 loss to Kimcheon Sangwoo. Just needs to be careful here. Well, great start to the second half by Seoul. They finished the first half strongly, and they have maintained that pressure at the start of the second, and they have that precious lead. Lingard feeding it down to Seong-won. Seong-won across the face of goal, and there's nobody in a white shirt to get the touch. And Wang will bring it away. And across comfortably is Taeuk. Zan rather thrashes at that, doesn't really get it clear. Ball back in. Oh, that's fallen to the top of the circle, where Vital will try and make some space, but he has it robbed off him. Its little flick doesn't find Lingard, cut out by Vital. Now one of Shanghai Port got in the locker here. Lovely little flick that doesn't quite come off. Lingard back to Seong-won. Yazan. Yazan. On delaying play. The home fans not happy about it. Giuseppe takes on the long-range shot. That's come up off the foot of Liu onto his hand. Izan just being spoken to now by the official. There you go, there's the handball. Oh, the keeper came a long way to play that one. He thought he might let it bounce and then catch it once it landed in his penalty area. High risk play. Giuseppe with time to turn. Oh, it's almost got himself intercepted. Vital bringing it forward and then just pulled back by Seung Mo, who will pick up a yellow card. Second yellow of the game. Vital skipping away, and yeah, the right hand on right shoulder, just disrupting the Brazilians' path. Midjan. Yeah, ball forward is intercepted. Seoul Mo with the sliding tackle on Vital. Paganzic looks to play it, and then he's robbed by Umidjan. Here goes Kwai onto that right-hand side. Wang, first time ball in. And this time it was Tayuk who got the ball away. Liu not having the best of days up front. He's been dominated by Yazan or Tayuk. Vital! Oh, that is glorious! Matheus Vital with an absolute worldie into the top corner, and Shanghai Port are back on level terms. Nothing Hyunmoo can do about that one. That is one for the highlight reels. Vital levels it up, cuts in field, given the space, and puts it on the postage stamp. Fantastic goal. Kevin Muscat enjoying that one, and why wouldn't he? Vital levels things up. His first AFC Champions League goal. I tell you what, it was definitely worth waiting for. His sixth of the season in all competitions, and it has brought Shanghai Port level. The first goal in this competition since the end of September, when they drew 1-0 with Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Now, can they kick on? Here is Lingard. Doyun up the line, finds Choi. It's just undersold Xiongwon, who loses out, and here come Shanghai Port once again. Shot comes in, takes a deflection. Li Xiangxing almost got caught in two minds. The youngster, 19 years of age. There was support at the top of the box. Frustration on the supporting players' faces. Good work from Lucas, and there's space down the right-hand channel. Tackle comes in, good advantage being played, ball to the far post. Cleared away by Wang. Lucas. Lovely ball in, and it's there, 2-1. Lucas Rodriguez restores Seoul's lead. Shanghai Port level for barely a couple of minutes. It was a wicked ball in, one that the keeper had to go for. And Lucas got the better of his marker Wei. Lingard with the ball in, and that is a super header from Lucas. Lucas with the celebrations, and disappointment for Yan Junling. And Shanghai Port, well, they've got to do it all again. Second goal in the competition for Lucas. He got the goal in the 1-1 draw against Buriram. First appearance of any kind, actually, since the last round in this competition on the 4th of November. And he played 11 minutes in that one. Well, it's all been happening at the start of the second half. We've had, what, 3 goals in 16 minutes. And they've been, well, all 3 of them have been really well-worked goals, haven't they? Well controlled by Lee. Here is Lingard. To Deganzic, and Lucas outside him, and Lucas gives away the foul with the tackle on Wei Zhen. Lee to Vital. Vital trying to find it, Lee, which he does. Lee cuts back inside the first defender. Didn't fancy sticking it into the box on his right foot. Vital will. Just over the top of Liu. And a comfortable gather for the keeper, Hyun Moo. Substitutes coming. A flick over his head by Lee, but it's cleared. Umidjan spreading the ball to that right-hand side. Good little header from the skipper Wang. And here come Port now. And just wide. It was Kwai who was trying to find a way through the goal. Just couldn't hit the target. Yeah, just sliced through it. So coming on is Shu and Melendo. So Shu and Melendo. Lee comes off. Li Shanxing, a 19-year-old. Good experience for him playing out here this evening. Jung. Down over the top looking for Vital, who is fouled. Quite Ji-wen, who had that shot just a moment ago, the other player to be replaced. Oh, lovely from Melendo, spreads it out the right-hand side. Ball from him from Wang, his first time. Shot comes in, here's the rebound, and Vital thought he might have curled in a second, but it came off his teammate and wide for a goal kick. I think Melendo got in the way. Lovely first time ball in. Indeed, it does hit Melendo. Substitutions coming now for FC Seoul. Young-wook is on. Lucas, the second goal scorer, comes off. Ganzic also makes way for Sun Min. Izan. Offside against Seoul. So just to run through those replacements for FC Seoul. Moon Seon-min come on for Ganzic, Anderson for Jung Seung-won, and Cho Young-wook for Silva. Taeyuk watches that onto his foot, gets it clear, but only gets it as clear as far as Shu. Jung. A little bit too straight. fairly comfortable for Seoul. Pressure coming, and Seoul now have to get a hurry on under all sorts. They've invited the pressure onto them, and they've lost possession high up the park. Good defence to keep themselves sort of on the straight and narrow, but Choi in the end giving away the throw-in. Here is Jam playing it forward. Lovely little run picked up by Shu. Shu puts it in off the bar. And there is Anderson to take it out of the immediate danger zone. Seoul playing themselves into all sorts of trouble here, trying to play it out the back. But the break might be on for Seoul here. It's a 3-on-2 situation. If they can play it correctly. Space on this right-hand side. Oh, it's behind. Moon tries to play it in. He'll get another chance if he wants. Tries to play to the overlap, which is Choi, and he can't get the cross in. Hyun-Moo will breathe a sigh of relief. Let's have another look. This came in up off the defender Taeyuk and onto his bar and away from the red shirts following up. Taeyuk being spoken to. Lingard looking to deliver what could be a knockout blow if he can get this corner on the money. Referee just speaking to go short, chance for a good delivery. There is the header, but straight at the keeper. Youngwook, leading goal scorer for FC Seoul this season, unable to find a way past Yan from that ball. So into the final, 18.5 minutes or so of regulation time. Shanghai Port looking to try and find a second equaliser here. As Vital just loses out, but then they've given the ball straight back again. In it comes. Here's a chance for Melandro, but Melendo couldn't get the ball out from underneath his feet. Some men into Lingard, who picks up the foul. Oh, let's have another look at this goal. An absolute humdinger. But then the lead didn't last long. Just, what, 4 minutes later. Lucas on the end of a Lingard cross. His afternoon, his evening done. Chance ball forward, the leave by Vital, but Taeyuk has across that one. Kim Ji-dong, I think, will be pretty happy with the way his side have gone about this. That's loose, though. That's given away to Anderson. Anderson back from Lingard, still going, and body on the line by Jong to get the ball out of the penalty area, and then it's hoofed downfield by Wang. Play on, says the referee. Sun Min. Doyen. And now it has gone against Seoul. And the referee saying that was the arm. Maybe he felt the last one he should have given. Lingard, unsurprisingly, doesn't agree. Well picked up by Melendra. Melendo's ball in. Led by Vital, but good defensive work. Lee looking for the return ball, but followed by Sun Min. Sun Min just has his shirt pulled. And Lee gives away the free kick. 15 minutes plus added time for Kevin Muscat and his team to try and find an equaliser. Oh, that's a lovely turn, and play allowed to continue into Lingard! Oh, that is a magnificent goal! And Jesse Lingard with his second of the game makes it Shanghai Port 1, FC Seoul 3. Good advantage played by the referee, and Lingard getting the congratulations of his teammates. And once again, Yan was exposed in the Shanghai Port goal. Lovely little ball in, and just helped on its way by Jesse Lingard. Doyen with the ball in, and Lingard steering it past the keeper. That, I think, could be Lingard's last contribution. Liu has been substituted, and Feng Jin is on for him. Lingard still on the park. So Shanghai Port now with it all to do. Just 1 point in this competition so far this season. I think it's going to stay that way because FC Seoul are in the mood here as they spread the ball out to Sun Min. Sun Min's ball in. Oh, it's gone all the way through. Anderson tries to keep it alive, does so. Shot will come in, hits Lingard, falls to Wang, who gets it clear, and here come Shanghai Port. Ball's out of play. Well, we've had 4 really well-worked goals in this contest so far, and we've still got 11 minutes or so to go. And Kevin Muscat and his team brought back down to earth after the joy and celebrations of the league title at the weekend. They're going to incur what would be a first loss to FC Seoul. Hansen brought down. Wang just being spoken to by the official, just asking to calm it down. Now, free kick. On that left-hand side, a bit further out to the one which produced the second goal, but Lingard will again deliver. This one floated to the edge of the circle, edge of the box, sorry. Well, that was little pressure result in the handball, and then Yazan played the ball away again after the whistle had gone. More substitutions coming up. Ball forward from Jusa. Sun Min. He's just getting it a little bit niggly as Vital is late in on Sun Min. Oh, well nicked by Young Wook. Cho Young Wook couldn't find the next pass. Taouk had a good game, the number 18, as has Yazan, the number 5 for FC Seoul. They've been pretty solid in that defensive line. Kevin Muscat unhappy. And the referee going to speak to well, Kevin Muscat, one of his team, have picked up a yellow card, obviously something that's been said. A shake of the head, agree to disagree, I think is what we put that one down to. So coming on, Fuhan. This is Jojo Alexander. Lithuai coming out. Here is Jojo. Information there of those substitutions. was just a little too hot to handle that pass. Ball forward, looking for the run of Funk. Here is Funk as well. Funk looking for the pass, finds Vital. Vital up over the top. Ball first time in, looking for Melendo, headed away. And here is Youngwook. Lingard. To Jae-moon. Jae-moon, number 29, who's just come on. Oh, that's an ugly looking tackle. And the skipper's going to get himself in some trouble here. Lingard unhappy with that tackle. And the referee is going to have to get a handle on this. It's definitely a yellow card, but Lingard could well pick up something here as well for his reaction. You can understand why Lingard is upset with the tackle, absolutely, but he doesn't need to react. By reacting, he picks up the card. That is a really poor tackle. From Jung. And the referee does really well. Well, Lingard has got 2 to his name, and Coach Kim and his side are in front as Lingard and Jung shake hands on that one, put it behind them. Let's see if that is the case. Yazan chasing after that one as Sun Min keeps it alive, and a chance here for Jun. Jun plays it on for Sun Min. Sun Min once again tries to nip it back inside, but it's being won back, and here is Vital. Vital still going, and then just loses his footing. Sun Min, improvised pass. All down this, right on the touchline, and through to Lingard. Lingard's ball inside, nobody there in white, and it's hooked clear by Wei. Loose for Seoul, and Do-yoon felt that one. Which was interesting, he instigated it by going to ground to protect the ball, and paid the price. Now watch this, he goes to ground. Oh yeah, no. And then he's trodden on by Melendo. Well, this is a win that, if it stays this scoreline, will take Seoul up to 3rd in the standings. Still, teams around them with games to play, so they might not end up there, but they'll enjoy being as high as 3rd. Zelvit also winning today by 3-1. They're up in 4th position for the time being, at least. Jae-moon playing it back to Yazan. Yazan goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Here is Anderson. Just didn't make up his mind quickly enough as the ball is hooked forward. And who's going to win that foot race? It's going to be Wei. Majan. Vital up against Sun Min. Sun Min gets the better of the Shanghai Port number 10. 5 minutes, a minimum of 5 minutes at a time to be played here at the Pudong Football Stadium. Oh, that's just gone against them. Fuhan. Ball back where the infringement took place. Well, it's been a great performance from Seoul. And loads of possession in the first half, most of it in their own half. But came out, started the second half, all guns blazing. As that ball finds Yazan. Yazan into Anderson. And here is Sun Min now down this right-hand side. Lingard in front of him. Sun Min going to take this all the way down. Tries to get the cross in. Comes back off Umidjan. Yeah, took the lead in the 48th minute. Neither lasted 9 minutes for Vital with that glorious equaliser. And Lucas quickly restored the advantage in the 61st minute for Lingard. So seemingly wrapped up the points with a third in the 77th minute as the offside flag goes up against Lingard. Shanghai Port looking for a consolation here if they can. This is Zhang. Xu. Melendo. Finds Umidjan. Jump. Jump spreads it to that right-hand side. Jisa to shoot. Jump. Nice feet from Melendo, and he is robbed of possession. And here is Hyungwook. Izan inside the final 90 seconds, just sells his teammate short. Seoul. Melendo picking himself up off the turf. Anderson chests it back, ball forward, looking for Sun Min. Umidjan winning that race with Sun Min. Jung with a raking ball forwards. Unable to control it was Fu Huan. Go down on that far side. Looks like a hamstring's gone. Oh, disappointment for Kevin Muscat, delight though for Kim Ji-dong. Who travelled to Jeonbuk for her next game in the K-League 1. Shanghai Port, well, their season done and dusted. They're not back in action until a match in Malaysia against Johor. There is the final whistle, and FC Seoul have come to Shanghai and have taken the 3 points, courtesy of a brace of goals from their skipper Jesse Lingard. He got the first in the 48th, he got the third in the 77th, and in between, Lucas there got the second goal to put Seoul back in front after Vital had scored an absolutely blinding equaliser for Shanghai Port. But for the hosts, they rarely threatened Vital with the goal of the game, but it was just a consolation because Kim Ji-dong and FC Seoul have taken the win here, the 3 points that takes them up to third provisionally in the table. Their second win of the season, a thoroughly entertaining contest. The match came alive in the second half. Lingard pulling the strings, scoring 2 and providing the free kick for Lucas to head in. And FC Seoul will travel back to the Korean capital with the 3 points in the bag. Final score, Shanghai Port 1, FC Seoul 3.